It's Friday morning, June 17th, 23 before the hour. Good morning, I'm Brian Patrick with you on the Sunrise Morning Show here on EWTN. We're joined by Ellen Gable Hrkach, author of Come My Beloved, Inspiring Stories of Catholic Courtship. Ellen, good to have you with us. These are really lovely love stories. And what common threads did you see running through the stories as you put them together?
The common thread, I think, that I found through all the stories that are in the book is that God is the ideal matchmaker. These are couples who allow God to bring them together.
That's easy to say, but how do we see God doing that?
Well, in different ways. With one couple, it was through a Catholic or a Christian introduction service, like a dating service. This was like a precursor to the online dating services or like Catholic Match type thing. With another couple, like with myself, God brought us together in a strange place. I came up to Canada to meet my pen pal, and I met my husband. So, and I had been praying for many years, as a teenager, please God, send me a man, and he did. It just took place in a different circumstance that I would have believed it would have happened. And there are other stories. One young man was a sailor, and he prayed a novena that he would marry the right girl, and at the time he was engaged, and a short time later the girl broke up with him, and then he met his future wife. So, it manifests itself in many different ways.
But would you say that courtship can and should continue after marriage?
Absolutely. One of the reasons that the couples in this book wanted to share their stories, because there were some couples that didn't feel comfortable sharing their stories. But these particular couples felt very comfortable and enthusiastic about sharing their stories because they do have this whole idea of courtship which continues after marriage in a joy-filled marriage. And, there's a whole idea of having a date night and spending time together and doing things of a romantic nature. And that's what creates and helps to create a joy-filled marriage.
It can be a challenge, though, after living with someone for years on end and sharing the same space and the different idiosyncrasies of one another. But how can you have fun with that and make it a little bit lighter and keep that fire of courtship alive in a marriage?
Well, you just remember why you fell in love in the first place, and you have God as a third partner of your marriage. I think a strong faith for a couple is absolutely essential. And this means a strong sacramental life and that sort of thing, and following the Church's teachings on marriage, like regarding NFP and that sort of thing, which is another topic. But when you have that and you remember why you came together, it is easier to have this whole idea of courtship. I want to share this sort of joy-filled marriage attitude that in this day and age where divorce is so common, unfortunately, it doesn't have to be. I think that good and joy-filled Catholic marriages are the thing of the future.
Well, how beautiful and refreshing. Come, my beloved. I guess that comes from the Song of Songs?
Yes, it certainly does.
Inspiring Stories of Catholic Courtship. Now, I'm sure you have many favorites in this book. Is there any one that stands out above the rest?
They're all my favorite, but I think one of my favorites is the story of Posey and David. And Posey was a widow with 8 children, and David was a widower with 6 children at the time, and neither of them was looking to marry again because they were still grieving the loss of their spouses. And it's such a beautiful, inspiring story that, I had tears as I was even interviewing this couple and then transcribing their story. It was... it is so moving, and it's, I'm speechless because it's such a beautiful story, and all of the stories, as I said, are beautiful, wonderful, and inspiring stories. Some are more humorous than others, some are more captivating and entertaining, some are more moving, but they're all inspiring.
That's the subtitle, Inspiring Stories of Catholic Courtship, Come My Beloved, by Ellen Gable Hrkach. Thanks for joining us, Ellen, and that book is on our Amazon store at sunrisemorningshow.com.